Hey friends, my name's Sophie and welcome back to your practice. Or if this is your first time practicing with me, I'm so glad you're here. We're going to be moving through a really fun, functional, and creative flow. Full length, 60 minutes, as you probably know from the title of this video. You will need a strap for today's practice. So if you don't have a strap, like a yoga strap at home, then just use anything else. There's so many household items that can work, like a robe, belt, or just a regular belt, or just something long. And then you'll put that to the side and we'll use it in a little bit. But we're going to get right to it and start in child's pose. Arrive on your mat, knees wide, feet together, crawl your fingertips forward, and let your forehead rest on the earth. And gently rock your forehead side to side on the mat. Really slow and in a soothing way. And as you arrive here, just remind yourself that nothing in the life is permanent. Everything changes all the time. So whatever you've been dealing with so far today, or this week, or this month, or this year, just remember that it won't last forever. We'll use this concept of impermanence to help guide us and move us through our practice today. And if you want to find stillness with your forehead, feel free. Feel your upper back muscles sink towards the earth. And take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. And come on up into table. We'll start to arrive into our bodies by taking some circles. Just rolling around into some circles from tabletop, about 3 in each direction. And as we begin to move, you can start to notice where you are today in your body, in your mind. What areas need more attention, more love? When you come back to neutral, you'll round your spine for cat. And within cat, you can kind of take little side-to-side movements or any other movements that feel good to you right now. And then drop your belly and lift your chest for cow, shoulders back. And then go back into child's pose. Inhale, come back into cat pose, round your spine. Inhale for cow, open up your chest. Exhale, child's. Again, inhale, cat, round. Inhale, open, cow. Exhale, child's. Let's just do one more. Inhale through cat. Exhale, open for cow. And make your way back into child's. Rise back up into table. Root down through your left hand and reach your right arm up to the sky. Take some circles with your wrists. And weave your right arm through to the left side. Set your right shoulder down. Walk your left hand forward. Option to extend your left leg and keep the toes on the ground and just lift the knee and straighten the leg. Maybe take a half bind with your left arm. We're just starting out, so don't push yourself or feel like you have to take the hardest version of everything as when we are initially starting, just starting to feel into the body. We'll put the left palm flat on the ground, put the left knee down, and lift your right arm all the way up to the sky. Keep it up Extend your right leg back behind you to come into a modified side plank. Good. Then root down through the bottom of your right foot and reach your right arm over your ear. So you're creating this long line from your right fingertips to your right toes. Reach your right arm back up to the sky and lift your right leg up. Bring your right fingertips behind your head and bring your right leg forward out in front of you as far as you can. And then go back. And again, forward. And then just bring it straight back so your pelvis is neutral. One more time. Forward and back. And reach the right arm up and come into a one-legged table. Right leg is straight back. Both palms flat on the ground. Bend your right knee, flex your foot, and start to kick upwards. Kick, kind of turning on those glute muscles in the right leg, right glutes. Left glutes are stabilizing, so they're both working. Keep kicking and pulsing, pulsing, pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-extend your leg. And then now bring your leg all the way out to the right. Keep your palms flat if you can. And set your right foot down onto the ground. Good. Then bring your, come up onto your fingertips. And then rise all the way up. So you're in gate pose. And put your right hand on your right shin. And take your left arm over your ear. Now, you'll take your left arm down and sweep it around the front of your body, all the way to the left side, right next to your left knee, and reach your right arm up and then over your ear towards the front of your mat. Now take your right arm out in front of you, down, around all the way to the right shin, and take your left arm up. I'm not mirroring you, so it'll look like I'm doing the opposite side. Take your left arm down, around all the way to the ground, and the right arm up and over. One more time. Around, hand on shin, left arm all the way up. So now you're in a gate pose again. Bring both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down onto the ground. Sit back on your left heel if it's comfortable. You don't have to do this. Right toes flex, right foot is flexed. And then walk your hands down. So you get a little stretch into the right hamstrings. Rise back onto the palms of your hands. Root down through the bottom of the right foot. Then lift your right leg up. Take it straight back behind you. Now both hip points facing the ground. And then set your right knee back down on the ground and shake out your hips. Root down through your right hand. Lift your left arm up. Circle the wrists around. Inhale. Exhale, weave the arm through to the right side. Walk your right hand forward. Option to extend your right leg back. Breathe into this very moment. Maybe the right arm goes into half bind if you did that before. One cool thing to think about is that you'll never be in this moment ever again. Right now. Right here. Lift your right arm up. If it's not already up, put your hand down on the ground. Put your right knee down. And extend your left arm all the way up to the sky. Just keep it there. And take your left leg back behind you so you're in a modified side plank. And reach your left arm over your ear for a nice big stretch. Good. Then reach your left arm back up. Lift your left leg up. So then we're going to take the left leg and reach it all the way to the side, left side of the mat so you can see your toes clearly. Slowly bring it back, not behind you, just towards the back of the mat. So you're in a modified half moon. Again, reach the leg forward. Put your left fingertips behind your head and reach the left leg back. And again, bring it forward, press into your right hand, and bring it back. Reach your left arm up. Put both hands down onto the ground. Left leg is straight back behind you. Then bend your left knee, flex your foot, and kick up. Kick, kick, kick. Pulse. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-extend the leg. Then bring your leg all the way out to the left, as high as you can. Hold both hands planted, and then set your left foot down onto the ground. Good. And then come up onto your fingertips and rise all the way up. Put your left hand over to the left side on your shin and take your right arm up and to the left side. Now you're going to bring your right hand down, sweep it along the front, place it over to the side of the right knee, and reach your left arm up and over. And then again, take your arm around onto the shin. Right arm goes all the way up and over, so you're side bending to the left. Right arm sweeps down, around, and on the right side. Left arm goes up into side bend. And then left arm goes around onto the shin, and right arm goes all the way up to side bend. Then rise up to a T shape. Set your hands down onto the ground. Sit back on your right heel and lift the toes. So you're flexing the foot and walk the hands forward. One more breath. Come back up onto your palms, plant your hands, and lift your left leg up. And slowly swing the left leg behind you. Hold. Then set the knee down onto the ground and shake out those hips. Good. Then plant your hands, downward facing dog. I like to take the feet wide for my first down dog. Bend the knees, shake out the head, shake out the hips. And then bring your feet back to their normal distance apart and shift forward into plank. From plank, bring your knees to hover off of the ground. Shift your hips back and then down dog. So again, ripple forward into plank. Bring the knees down to hover. Go back and down dog. One more time. Plank. Knees down to a hover. Shift back, keeping the knees hovering, and then down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Shift forward into plank. Then take 10 seconds to lower it down to the ground. Use your knees if you'd like. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your arms out wide. Come up onto your fingertips though, so your arms are not flat. You're on your fingertips and there's a slight bend. Then bend your left knee and roll over the right side. Set your left toes behind you. Come back to your belly. Bend your right knee. Roll over the left side. Right toes behind you. Come back onto your belly. Bring your fingertips a little bit closer in so they're a little wider than the mat. And lift your chest away from the ground. Open your heart. Open your mind. Inhale. Exhale, lower, cross your arms. Take your right arm under and your left arm over for bow tie. So this is what it looks like. I'm just showing you. Arms cross as much as you can. Really crawl the fingers out to the sides and then rest your chin on your arms. So you get a stretch through your deltoids. See if you can relax your hips. Are you tensing in your hips and your legs? It's good to have engagement, but just for right now, consciously relax. And then switch your arms. The other arm is on top. Right arm over, left arm under. Relax your hips. Come back onto your hands. Tuck your toes. Lift your thighs. Press up to plank, one straight, strong line, and downward facing dog. Take a breath in and breath out. Make your way to the front of the mat. You can step, hop, walk, crawl, or dance. And then when you get there, lift up halfway and fold forward. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. Keep your arms up as you exhale. Lift your heels. Lift the heels so that you're just on your toes. And take your hands to your heart as you slowly start to fold down, keeping the heels lifted. Slowly, slowly. And then when you feel the moment your fingertips touch, keep your heels lifted. Squat, round, and curl. So with the heels lifted, you bend your knees and bring your forehead towards your knees. Good. Then, either with your hands on the ground or with your hands lifted, set your knees down and then sit all the way up for camel. You can put your hands behind you and open your chest, or hands to your heels, but listen to your body. We're still in the beginning half of practice. Then slowly rise back up out of camel. Sit back onto your heels. Lift the knees, round, and bring your hands to the ground if they're not already. We're doing that one more time, so option to have the hands off the ground as you slowly put your knees down. Rise up, arms by your sides. Camel pose, whichever version feels good and safe for you. And then rise up, sit back on your heels, and we round one more time. Then set the heels down as you forward fold. Straighten your legs. Stand and reach your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a moment to recognize this moment for what it is. It'll never happen again, and that's the beauty of it. Arms by your sides. Chair pose. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank, or if you want to hop, you're welcome to. Shift forward, chaturanga, or use your knees for a modified chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breathe out. Feet together. Lift your right leg up on your inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Rise up to warrior one. So really your right foot will probably replace your right hand. So you have a nice wide stance. And if it feels better on your back or your hips to take a kind of a shorter stance, please do. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back to a one-legged plank. Listen carefully. Put your right toes on top of your left heel. Lower down halfway for chaturanga. Back up to plank, but keep your foot on your heel. Down dog, right toes are still on the left heel. Shift into plank. Lower down halfway. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Do it again. You can always skip to chaturanga. Just hold plank. Lower. Press up. Down dog. Uncross your legs. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Put your back heel down, rise up for warrior one. Just a couple breaths. Shine that heart open. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to one-legged plank. Put your left toes on top of right heel. Lower down halfway if you want. Back up to plank. Down dog. Shift forward. Remember, when you lower down, that you're really just making 90 degrees, so don't go too low. 90 degrees with your arms. Press back up to plank. Down dog. I know I'm guilty sometimes of going a little lower. Shift. Lower down. Press back up. Downward facing dog. Uncross your legs. Take a breath in and breath out. Can you draw your ribs in a little if you tend to dump? Good, then look forward, step, hop, or crawl to the front of the mat. Lift halfway, fold, and sweep the arms up for chair. So bend your knees, sweep the arms up, and hands to your heart. Stand tall, arms by your sides. Feels good to be alive. Let's keep doing it. Chair pose. We're going to add on massively to our sun salutation B. So take another breath in and exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back to plank or chaturanga, and we flow through. So you can lower, lift, cobra or up dog, down dog. Feet together, lift your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Rise up to warrior one again. Then take your arms behind you, interlace your hands. Do the awkward way on top first. Open your heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold inside of your right leg. Really hug your outer right hip in towards the midline. Keep taking your arms up and over for one more breath. And then bring your hands down to the ground. Move your right foot over to the right a little more. And walk your hands to the front left corner of your mat. So you're in a warrior lunge. Super wide stance with the legs, meaning the right foot's to the right side of the mat, the left foot is to the left side. And again, hugging your outer hip and wrapping it into the midline. And then plant your hands down inside of your right foot and lift your back heel. Slide your left hand over to the left. Lift your right arm up. You can stay here, or you can do a kick through by stepping that left foot all the way through, reaching it forward, holding. We're just doing this one time, so can you hold and maybe lift your right heel? And slowly bring it back. Step your foot back. Twist. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down onto the ground, onto your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, straighten out your right leg and lift the bottom of the foot. Inhale, bend, shift forward. Exhale, straighten the right leg, shift back, flex the foot. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's stay right here. Take an extra breath as you pin the right hip back. And then bend your right knee. Put your back knee down. And you can keep your palms down or you can relax into it. Or if you're craving a quad stretch, maybe you take a twist and grab the foot, the back foot. About 3 breaths. Rise back up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and step back to one-legged plank. Set your right foot on top of your left heel. Then lower down for chaturanga. Listen carefully, stay here. Uncross your legs. Keep your toes tucked. Up dog. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Let it go. Feet together. Lift that left leg high to the sky, long and strong. And step your foot between your hands. Put your back heel on the ground, maybe move your foot to the right a little, your back foot, and reach your arms up for warrior one. Then take your arms behind you, interlace your hands the natural way, because remember we did the awkward way first, and then fold inside of left leg. How are you experiencing this moment? Notice the quality of your breath. And release your hands to the ground. Move your left foot to the left a little more and walk your hands to the front right corner of the mat. Walk your hands back inside of your left foot. Plant your right hand over to the right. Lift your back heel. Lift your left arm up so you're in like a lizard twist. Your back knee is lifted. Then kick your right leg through, all the way through. Hold. Lift your left heel. Hold. And slowly bring it back. Step it all the way back. Inhale. Exhale. Put your hands down to the ground. Come up onto your fingertips. Straighten your left leg. Lift the bottom of the foot. Inhale, bend. Shift forward. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straight. Stay here. One extra breath. Hello, hamstrings and calves. For me, it's mostly calves, actually. And then bend back into lizard. Put your back knee down. And yogi's choice. How do you want to take your lizard pose today? 3 breaths. Rise back up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. And step back to one-legged plank. Put your left foot on top of your right heel. Lower down for chaturanga. Hold. Uncross your feet. Strong core. Keep your toes tucked. Up dog. Inhale. Exhale. Down dog. I know that hold is a doozy. Breath in. Breath out. Woo. Let's look forward. Step or hop or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Sweep the arms up because remember that was kind of like a sun salutation. B. We end with chair. Hands to heart. Arms down. All right, let's keep on moving. Reach the arms up. Cactus. Let's take a back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, and we fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your left foot back into low lunge, so right leg is forward. Plant down through your left hand, reach your right arm up. Take your right arm and internally rotate it so the thumb faces back behind you. And then bring your arm into a half bind. Reach your arm back up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Look forward. We're coming into warrior 3, supported. So walk your fingertips forward and lift that back leg up. Square those hips. And maybe flint your foot, so flex and point at the same time. And keep your right fingertips down. Open to half moon. If you're opening to the left side, lift your left arm up. Flex your left foot. And then bring your hands back down, come into warrior 3. Take your time as you rotate in your hip. And then take your right arm up. Rotate to the right. So you're in a revolved half moon. Can you lift your chest a little more? Can you reach your left foot back a little more? Create more space through your right side waist. And then put your right hand down. and come up to one-legged mountain. So slowly stand all the way up. Take your left leg with you and reach your arms up. Take your left leg straight out in front of you. Lift it as high as you can. Higher, 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 higher. Bend your knee. Good. And open your left knee to the left to step back to warrior two. Big open step. Giant jumbo step. All right, breathe here. Take your left arm into a half bind. Flip your right palm. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Keeping your half bind, come into side angle. Put your right hand down inside of your right foot. Take your right arm underneath right leg if you want to clasp and take full bind. You have your strap, which I told you to get, so you're welcome to use that here. We will use it in a little bit as well. But if your hands don't reach, try it. We just have 2 more breaths. Now open your arms back up. Rise back up to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Flip your right palm. Reverse warrior. Reverse triangle, sorry. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to low lunge. Pause. Put your back knee down on the ground and bring your hands to your heart. And then twist to the right. Hook that elbow over. Option to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. And if you want to split your arms or take a bind here, you're more than welcome to. We have about 3 breaths, slow breaths. If your hands are not at your heart already, bring them there. Put your back knee down, come to center, reach your arms up, maybe a little back bend, hands down to the ground, and step forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach. Exhale, cactus, back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Low lunge. Plant down through your right hand, lift your left arm up. Internally rotate your left arm, thumb faces behind you. Bring your arm into a half bind. Roll your left shoulder back. Engage your legs a lot. Reach your left arm back up to the sky. Put your hands down onto the ground. Walk your hands forward and come into supported warrior three, which means you're just on your fingertips, but you're still getting your spine as long as you can. It's like a half lift, flat back. Can you draw your left hip back to create more length through the left waist? And then keep your left fingertips down. Slowly roll open your hips to the right side. Funny thing, I was taught in my first teacher training that we shouldn't be opening the hips and closing the hips from a one-legged standing position. Then I learned later that it's totally safe and it is okay for the body. So that is why we are doing it, in case you were taught that too. Bring your hands down to the ground, come into warrior three. Keep your right hand down, ready? We're revolving to revolved half moon. Sometimes we have to unlearn, and that is the beauty of life and of the things that we decide to try to become experts in, always learning and unlearning. Can you rotate a little more to the left? Reach the right leg a little further back, and then put your hands down to the ground. We're going to come up to one leg standing. So slowly rise all the way up, take the right leg with you, one-legged mountain. Reach your arms up. Reach your right leg forward and lift it higher and higher and higher and higher. And bend your knee and step your leg back into warrior two. Take your right arm into a half bind. Flip your left palm, reverse. Inhale and exhale, side angle. So your left fingertips down, your right shoulder back. Maybe you take a left arm under, full bind. Maybe you grab a strap for your full bind. When you're ready, unbind. Rise up to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Reverse triangle. Inhale. Exhale, hands down into low lunge. Put your back knee down onto the ground. Bring your hands to your heart. Palms together. Lift and twist to the left. Stay here or lift your back knee. Or not half bind, open arms, split arms, or bind if you want. 3 breaths. Hands to heart if they're not already. Knee down, come to center, reach the arms up. Inhale, maybe back bend. Exhale, hands down, lift the back knee and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, arms up. Hands to heart. Arms down. Grab your strap or whatever you're using, like a strap. Unwind it and then put it around your left shoulder. Just drape it around your left shoulder. Now, keep your right leg forward. Step your left leg back for pyramid. So pyramid legs. Draw your low ribs in. Stand tall. Reach your left arm up. Grab onto the strap from behind you, so left elbow is pointing to the sky. Take your right arm out. Internally rotate the right arm. And then bring the hand behind you and clasp your strap. Even if you can technically clasp your hands here, trust me, you're going to want the strap because we're doing quite a few things from this position. Hips face forward, lengthen. And as you exhale, let's start to fold forward. Keep breathing. Start to hinge, hinge, hinge. And eventually going down. You might notice you have to get more slack on the strap. Spread your toes. Connect with your breath. Sync up. And then press down into the soles of your feet. And slowly rise back up. Keep your arms like this. Come into a one-legged mountain. Take your left leg up. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Figure 4 with Gomukhasana arms. Weird, I know. Sit a little lower. I know it's kind of hard when your arms are all bound up like a pretzel. And then rise back up, one-legged mountain. And then come into warrior 3 with your arms like this. If you need to release the strap though, you're welcome to. Gotta do what you gotta do. Be safe and comfortable. And as slow as you can, step back to high lunge. Good. Unwind your arms. Chair pose, front of the mat. And then hands to heart, stand. Take your strap, move it over to the right side. Step your right leg back, pyramid. Reach your right arm up. Grab onto the strap. It's snowing outside and it's so beautiful. Anyways, take your left arm out. Internally rotate your left arm, grab onto the strap. Snow is such a vibe from inside, isn't it? When you get to be warm and cozy and look out. Inhale. Exhale, start to hinge, forward, fold. And slowly start to rise up. Come into a one-legged mountain. Take your right leg with you. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and sit low. Rise back up. Warrior 3. Keep drawing your low ribs gently inwards. Slowly step back to high lunge. Unwind those arms. And then come into chair pose. And bring your hands to your heart as you stand. Take your strap. And you might use it for what we're doing next. So maybe hold on to it. I'll show you what we're doing. You're going to take your feet wide. Bend your knees. We're going to be taking the right arm underneath your right leg. If you don't need the strap for this, put it away. And the left arm around and clasp hands. So let's go for it. Right shoulder under right leg, left arm around. Before you try to stand, I want you to straighten both legs and start to twist open to the left. And that kind of traction, I can't think of another word for it, in the back of the right shoulder should give it a nice stretch. Good. Now bend the knees a little again. Root down into your left foot, lift your right heel, and slowly stand up for bird of paradise. Then once you're up, you can maybe straighten your right leg. I'm going to try to turn and face you. Maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe you straighten the leg. For me, this side doesn't go super straight, and I don't care what it looks like. Neither should you care about what yours looks like. Slowly lower down and release your arms. Other side. So your left shoulder is going under your left leg. Bend your knees a lot. And then your right arm goes around. The more you can bend your knees, the easier it is to clasp hands. Then straighten your legs. And create that nice stretch through the left shoulder. Rebend your knees. Put all your weight into your right foot. Come onto your left heel and slowly stand if you can. If not, that's okay too. It's definitely challenging. Open your chest. Maybe you straighten your left leg. Maybe not. For 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee. Slowly lower down. Unravel. Woo. And just relax in your fold for a second here. And bring your feet to hip distance. Grab onto your big toes. Fold forward for Padangusthasana. Elbows wide. Micro bend of the knees. Spread your shoulder blades away from each other towards the outer edges of the mat. And then release and lift up. And come all the way down into boat pose. Bend your knees. Sit down. And lift your legs. And reach your arms forward. Option to grab the backs of your calves. Maybe even wrap your elbows forward as well. See how high you can get here. Tall spine. You might even put your hands behind you for a modification on the ground. One more breath. And then lower down for halfway. Low boat. Low boat. Hold here. Take your legs wide and together. Wide, together. Wide, together. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat. Rise up and then sit cross-legged. Bring your feet together and knees wide. Hold on to the feet. Lengthen and fold for bound angle. Baddha Konasana. Maybe even press your elbows into your calves. Slowly rise up. Double pigeon. Stack your legs on top of each other. If you're like, no thanks, I don't like double pigeon, then all you do is take your top leg, put it in front for Sukhasana. Folding from there should give you a really good stretch. Otherwise, stack your shins on top of each other. Press down into that top thigh, whatever one's on top. Then either stay there or put your forearms down or hands down and fold. I like to oftentimes find little baby rocks side to side, just like rocking, soothing the body and the nervous system. And slowly rise up. Maybe give one more push down into that thigh. And switch sides. So other leg on top. Or you do Sukhasana, seated, cross-legged seated. Another way of saying crisscross applesauce. Push down to left thigh. And then fold. Impermanence allows us to surrender and accept. It allows us to accept the good and the bad, all that comes. And that's true freedom right there. Rise up. Maybe one more push down to your left thigh or your top thigh, whatever one's on top. And take your legs out in front of you and shake them out. And sit tall, do one more seated fold. Bend the knees a little. Go forward, grab onto the outer edges of the feet. The feet are together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let go. Slowly rise up. Come down to the ground, but bring your strap with you. And bring your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. We haven't done any back bends yet, have we? Or we've done plenty of back bends, but no really big ones besides camel in the beginning. So let's set up for a bridge / wheel, your choice. Bridge, just go ahead and lift your hips. Arms by your sides. I love bridge. Bridge is so nice. If you're craving a big back bend, a big wheel, and you want to do that, You can put your hands by your ears and go up. Let's take about 5 breaths from here, wherever you are. Slowly lower down from wherever you are. If you want to stay longer, please do. Arms overhead, windshield wiper your legs. And then bring your right knee into your chest and take your left leg long. And either put the strap around your right foot, the ball of the foot, and extend it up. And we're going to take a twist. So you can either do this or you can grab onto the outer right foot with the left hand. If you're holding onto the strap, you hold on with your left hand. Everyone can take their right arm out to the right and let the leg go all the way over to the left side. You not only get a twist, but you get a big stretch through the outer right leg, into the hamstrings, up into the hip. Notice if you're tensing those muscles right on the front of your neck. Where can you let go a little more? And to surrender into the impermanence of all things. And then can you bring your right leg back up to center? Hug your knee back into your chest. Give it a nice loving squeeze. Not in a rush to get anywhere. And then bring the left knee in and take the right leg long. You either put the strap around the ball of your left foot or grab the outer edge of the left foot with the right hand. And with the right hand, hold on to the strap if you have the strap. Everyone take your left arm out to the left and take your twist. Leg goes all the way to the right. The beauty of yoga, is that it feels like we are cracking open to a new version of ourselves, a new version of reality. We're getting unstuck through movement, through breath. Let's bring it back up to center. Remove the strap. Bring the knees in one last time. And release the legs down for Shavasana. Please set yourself up so you're comfortable. Maybe you want to throw on a sweater or socks, or if you're warm, it might be good here. Maybe you put a blanket under the head. Get cozy. Soften into the fingers and toes. Soften the jaw. And silently say to yourself, I am deeply resting. I am deeply resting. Begin to consciously deepen your breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly and the chest. Take 2 sips of breath in and let it go. 2 sips in. Exhale. And 2 sips in again. One more time. Let go. Bring movement into your body, into the fingers and toes. And take the arms overhead. Stretch it out. Whole body stretch. Bend your knees. Roll over to one side. Slowly come on up to a seat. Bring your palms together. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you loved it. I hope you feel great. If you do, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Let's bow in gratitude for this practice.